Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing, I think probably the last of the If I Lost Blank, what are the first 10 blank that I would buy series. I started this out by doing if I lost my whole collection, what are the first 10 eyeshadow palettes I would buy. I'll throw that video up in the cards. And then you guys liked that so much, you asked for a full collection video. So if I lost my full collection, what were the first 10 products overall that I would buy. So I also did that video, I'll throw it up in the cards. And then this one, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of go through my makeup tools. So like if I lost all my makeup brushes, sponges, tools, whatever, what are the first 10 things I would buy in order to just do my actual full face normally, like the way I usually would. So I have them here in my basket, and honestly, this was a little more difficult than I thought it would be. I kind of thought like 10, that's a lot of brushes, I can get away with that, but then it's not just brushes, it's like tools. So let me not spoil it. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so this is probably not a surprise if you've been with my channel for any length of time, but the absolute first product I would buy if I lost all my makeup tools is this bad boy right here. This is the AOA Studio Black Teardrop Sponge. It is $1, and it is the best makeup sponge I have used in my entire life. Look at me, best. This is $1, and this is better than the Beauty Blender. This is better than every other sponge that I have tried. Liking this as much as I do makes me gag and puke at the thought that I once spent $20 on a single sponge. Anyway, I love these. For me, these are the perfect squishiness. This one's completely dry, so it gets like twice the size of this once it's wet. It's the perfect denseness, perfect squishiness, perfect for any foundation or concealer that I've used it with, and I love that they're black. If you can't tell, I do like the black and white aesthetic. You see my skulls in the background. I do love it. So, black sponges, perfect for me. I like having like 10 of them around so I could use them each once as I do my makeup, because I do my makeup almost every day. I'll do my makeup and then I can wash them all, because I'm really trying to get better at using a sponge only once or twice and then like actually giving it a full cleanse so that it helps like get rid of my breakouts. Actually, my skin has been pretty decent lately. I only have a couple of breakouts down here and here, and I think that's mainly due to me still wearing my mask and not washing the mask, or I don't know, because I do wash my masks every time I use them, so I don't know, but I still get breakouts down here from my masks when I wear them. But this is the very first thing I would buy. I love it. I always have at least 10 on standby. I bring this with me traveling, and this is the first thing I would get, hands down. And actually, Shop Miss A is like the only affiliate link that I have in my entire description box. Whenever I link anything else, it's not an affiliate link. If you look down there, there's an affiliate link if you're at all interested in Shop Miss A products, including that sponge, but no pressure. You can also just go to Google and type in Shop Miss A Pawpaw Sponge and it pops up. So that's the first thing I would buy. Second thing, I need an eyelash curler. To me, I have not seen a difference in like higher end eyelash curlers versus ones you kind of get at the drugstore, except for how they feel on my fingers. Like this one's a little bit more comfortable on my fingies as opposed to the other ones. This one's from Tweezerman. I also have the Shuamora one in my closet that I used a couple of times and I thought was like meh. So I mean, they're okay. The Tweezerman one seems to work just fine for me, but I do like curling my lashes. I do wear mascara just about every day. Even like when I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, I will tend to just like throw some brow gel in my brows, curl, and then do a little bit of mascara. Just because it helps look my eyes, makes them look a little bit more open, a little bit more awake, especially because I have such hooded lids. Like, can you see? Like, if I just relax, that's what my eyes look like. Like, just hooded. I look tired and angry all the time, and I'm only tired and angry most of the time. So anyway, so I would definitely pick up an eyelash curler next. All right, so the rest of the products now are brushes. Face brushes, eyeshadow brushes. So these I wouldn't pick up in any particular order. I would probably get these all at once in order to do a full face of makeup. So I have 3 face brushes here. The first one is also from Shop Miss A, the AOA Studio, and this is their High Def Brush F1. And this is just a dupe for the Sigma F80 kabuki brush or any kind of flat top kabuki brush. This shocked me because it is like, other than the weight, so like this does feel a little bit lighter, other than the weight and the handle and the ferrule, this is like literally an exact dupe for the Sigma brush. And I've been having some bad luck with Sigma brushes lately. I don't know if it's the last couple of years, if they've just kind of cheaped out on their production, but I've noticed the brushes that I bought recently from Sigma have been really bad compared to like the brushes I've had for years from Sigma. So that kind of also pushed me away from Sigma brushes in general. And I found this one from Shop Miss A, and I've had this one for several months. I've washed it many, many times. It's dirty right now because I did use it and I'm gonna travel. I'm leaving for my vacation tomorrow and I'm pre-filming, so these are getting washed tomorrow. But It's really good and really cheap. This comes in a pack of 2 brushes, I think for $2, so can't beat it. Next, we have this brush from Wet n Wild, and I want this one in particular because it's like literally the perfect blush and bronzer brush for me. For me, I have like kind of a small round face or an oval face, so trying to find a bronzing brush that's not ridiculously large. Like all the big bronzer brushes from like higher end brands and like from Morphe, they're gigantic and they're like just too big for my face. Like this is literally the perfect size for me to get a nice bronze. This is from Wet n Wild. This was from their holiday collection a year or 2 ago. I don't know if they have it for sale outside of the holidays, but that holiday set, it was a whole set of brushes for like 15 bucks. That's like less than $1 a brush. It was really, really good, and I love this. But if you can't, just like try to find a brush that is like this kind of shape from Wet n Wild. In this scenario, I would of course kind of have the multitask with this, so that's why I said like it could be brush. It could be brush, it could be blush, it could be bronzer, it could be maybe contour if I were to like squish it like this. Yeah, you can multitask with this. But again, I've washed this many times, I've had it many years, and if anything, after using it for a long time, it's frayed a little bit, but in a way that like makes the brush work better. There's a difference between like when a brush ages and gets washed and it gets worse versus when it's like lived in and it's like a good pair of shoes when you break it in and then it's better. This is one of those where even though like right when I first bought it, I might have liked other brushes better, but over time, this one has won out. And you'll see that for another couple of brushes in this series as well. This one I really, really enjoy. All right, the last face brush I have to get like a duo fiber brush. Just to me, nothing blends powders, creams, quite like a nice duo fiber brush. And this one I did pick up from Sigma. The one that I used previously was actually from ColourPop, but after like a year or 2, that brush fell apart. Like all the things were coming off, the ferrule popped off a few times, just wasn't good. So a few months ago, I picked this one up from Sigma. This is the F15 duo fiber powder / blush brush. I use this for blending in highlighter, bronzer, contour, just everything kind of in the cheek area all together, and it's like a necessary part of my everyday makeup. I cannot live without it, so I needed to make sure I had this duo fiber brush. Moving on to my essential eyeshadow brushes. So this one was actually pretty tough, but with these I believe I have everything I need to kind of do the majority of my eyeshadow looks. So the first one is this big brush from Alter Ego. I know, so this one I actually got in PR, but I believe you can still buy it, but this is just like a big kind of round brush, and for me this is perfect for either doing color all over the lid, so if I'm going for a very dramatic look and I'm stamping that color everywhere, using it for that, or using this to put on like a cream eyeshadow base, put it a powder eyeshadow base, you know, just anything that I'm stamping color everywhere. This just works so well, and it helps make me not have to dig too much into the color because it's so big. I can just kind of go tap, 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 and then like go right on, and it's fine. So I use this a lot. I really, really enjoy this, and I definitely need this for any kind of base powder or product I am putting on. Next, kind of going back to that idea of breaking in a brush and it becoming better over time. This is a brush where I tried dupes for it, and at the beginning, the dupes were a hell of a lot better than the brush. But over time, those dupes ended up becoming about the same price as the original. So this is from MAC, and this is the MAC 217, I think it's, yeah, the original, the coveted original 217 brush. And this one was duped by the Sigma E25, and then it was duped again by another brush. And I had both of those brushes as dupes. But over time, those brushes just did not perform well. They did not age well. And I've had this brush for years, and it's better than the day that I bought it. So it's made me want to buy more of this brush because I want to have it. I want to be able to use it for multiple colors without having to like use the color switch or actually like wash it. It's really, really good. It's frayed out slightly to the point where it blends better. And so anyway, I felt bad about liking this brush as much, but if you look at it, I don't think this is that much more expensive now than the actual Sigma brush, the E25. I think they are comparable price-wise. I will double check that and put it here. But the last time I checked, I was kind of surprised at how expensive Sigma has gotten, especially because, like I said, their quality has gone down. So not a huge fan of Sigma, but I am kind of leaning back towards MAC. So I am most likely going to pick up another 1 or 2 of these brushes sometime soon. All right, this one you absolutely do not need to buy from MAC. You don't have to buy a regular concealer brush from MAC, but I have this one from MAC, and again, like the 217, this one did get better over time. And this is just it is worn out, but it's just kind of the flat paddle concealer brush from MAC. I picked this up the same time I picked up the 217 because I picked up a few MAC brushes all at once to try them out. And again, this one at first I could kind of just use any concealer brush and it would be fine. But this one, I noticed because of the bristles, it picks up creams so much better than my other brushes. And I use this particularly when I'm blending out either an eye primer, like a liquid concealer, or a pot shadow, like a cream shadow. It just works amazingly every time, and it's so easy to clean off. I love this brush, and again, over time, it's gotten even better. 2 more brushes left. So my last, like, necessary brushes that I would have to pick up, honestly, any kind of liner brush like this, an angled liner brush. I have this one from Sigma. Honestly, I've noticed that it did fray. Like, it's not as, like, narrow and nice as it was when I first got it, which is a little bit understandable, but still kind of disappointing. But I need this first off for my brows. I need to like fill in the kind of front part and do the rest of my brows, but also just for like a nice stamp kind of liner. So I do need some kind, I don't know if I would pick up this necessarily from Sigma, but I would need some kind of angled liner brush. Last but not least, this is a Sigma brush that I didn't realize I really needed until I got it and I started using it regularly, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like an awesome brush. I love it. And that's the Sigma Inner Corner Highlight Brush. It's literally like a mini kind of little paddle brush that it's just for your inner corner highlight. And for someone who kind of struggled with like highlight placement, especially on like my hooded lids and my eyes, this helped a ton. It really helped me realize, you know, you could focus kind of that highlight right here. It doesn't have to be too much, but it works well. I like this. And I have not seen, I don't think, any other brand come out with an inner corner highlight brush. If I am wrong, please let me know down below. You know, I'm interested because this is the only one I've tried and I love it so much. So I would like to try some other inner corner highlight brushes, but for now, this is what I have. This is what I love. And that rounds it out for us. Those are the first 10 makeup tools that I would buy if I lost everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below, what are your favorite makeup tools? And I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.